Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat, Par Brahma, Tasmai Shri, Gurve Namah. With these words, I would like to introduce our well known teacher, poet, my inspiration, and ideal, Mr. Aditya Vikram sir. So it's been the greatest luck of mine to have you as a teacher and instructor.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Also, I'm feeling fortunate enough to get this opportunity to interview you. So, questions are more, but time is less. So, without wasting the time, I'm beginning with my first question.
Okay, you are welcome.
So, about your experience when you got the first call letter from the KBS. So, what was your experience at that moment and how you shared it with your family members?
Thank you very much, Kumkum. In fact, it was a really most awaited call letter. Before that, I was working in DAV Public School. There I worked for 70 long years. But I had some problem with the administration there, so I resigned from the DAV. And after my resignation from DAV, I was jobless. So I did not know what to do. Sometimes I thought perhaps my calculation was wrong. Meantime, I had appeared for the written test, and by the grace of the God, I got a call letter for the interview as well. So I was hoping I might get the appointment, and really it was much needed call letter ever in my life. I was really very happy. So I thank you can say God. What to say? I was really very happy when I received the call letter. I was working in a school in Alwar, and I got a phone from my brother. You have been selected as PGT in Kendriya Vidyalaya. You need to work there. Come over here. Go and join me.
So, please tell us about your educational background.
My family is very much enriched with education. So far as my predecessor was concerned, my father was a principal in the school. My uncle was also a teacher. So I had a lot of support from them, and they taught me lots many things along with the formal education. My brother was a teacher in Kendriya Vidyalaya, and there was a schooling background in my home. So I consider myself fortunate enough to have the opportunity and such an atmosphere. So where I got many things cut and right, I did not have to work hard. And my father took a lot of pains to educate me, and I'm thankful that he spared no effort to have my education. Thank you.
And so, how many years you spent in KBS as a teacher?
In Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, it is 15th year you can say running. Before that, I worked as I just said 17 years in DAV and 2 years in a private school in my local place. So starting from 1989. So this is almost 34th year as a teacher.
So, it shows that you have really a bunch of knowledge. Sir, and how many KBS you visited in this regard, and which one is the best?
This is the third school here. I joined Kendriya Vidyalaya Dhana, which is near Sagar, first time. And then after 3.5 years, I got transferred to KVCD, which is also in Madhya Pradesh. In 2014, I was transferred to KV number 2, Armapur. And since then, I've been working here. But now, as I have been transferred to KV New Kent Prayagraj, I am going to join there. So you can say KV New Kent Prayagraj is going to be KV number 4 for me. And so far as your second question or supplementary question is concerned, I think no KV is good or bad. In fact, it is the students who make the difference. And I consider myself very lucky. Wherever I work, I had a lot of support from the students, a lot of regards in because I enjoyed from their side. And in fact, I enjoyed working with the students in all the KVs so far.
So, according to you, what is the biggest achievement for a teacher?
Uh, According to me, the biggest achievement is not the awards you get from the organization. What I feel personally, the biggest award for a teacher is the respect and regards that he gets from his students. His students are the best analysts. They analyze, they observe everything, and I think I have been lucky enough to get a lot of regard from my students, and many of them just adore me.
So now from the bottom of my heart, very, very congratulations to you for your new journey as a principal.
Thank you, Kumkum, very much.
You are the source of inspiration for many students like me.
Yes.
I wanted to know what inspires you.
Uh, I believe in one thing. That is a golden rule for me. I try always to continue doing something new because anything which is repetitive in nature loses the interest. And as a teacher, I have observed this thing over the years. If you do the same thing again and again, students don't find any interest. So I just have an idea. I always do something new which interests the students, and always you have to come down to the level of the student. Then they will follow you much better. So that keeps me ticking. I know you can say when I joined KVS, so I had come from the work culture of Baby. So many people commented it's a new year, soon he will be, you can say, dull like all other KVS. But I did not lose that spirit. Still, you can say I try doing something new for my students.
So, any role model for you, any inspirational personality that you used to follow?
First of all, my father. He has been a big inspiration for me. He was a very good educationist, a very nice poet, a very caring father, and I observed that he had to struggle a lot, but he never gave up. Okay, so I consider him the biggest inspiration, and then many of the teachers who taught me. So I feel lucky to be favorite of many of my teachers, and they spared nothing for me. So I owe to them a lot.
So we know, as we know, that sir is a very good poet. So, sir, please say two lines about your poetry and any lines.
Uh, you know, that's very difficult to recall it, but as you have just uh, requested me, I will try to find a few lines for you. अपने अंदर के बच्चे को यारो तुम मत मरने दो, जीवन क्या है बीत रहा है, जो चलता है चलने दो, जो चलता है चलने दो। एक स्पिरिट आपके अंदर बनी रहने के लिए, एक इंथुसियास्ट जील, कुछ नया करने की एक चाह हमेशा होनी चाहिए। यू कॉन्ट गेट एवरी टाइम व्हाट यू वांट, so many times you have to compromise with the things. Life is as it is, keeps on going. Do something which the posterity will, you can say, remember, uh, connecting you with the same. Thank you.
And so, where where you are going from here, KV camp?
I'm going to KV New Can first say. Yeah.
And so, my last but not the least question is, when we will meet again?
In this global world, the world has shrunken a lot. So we can come across anytime, anywhere, and through the digital platforms, we will remain connected. I think in the present era, physical distance does not matter. You may have people who are physically very close to you, but you don't, you can say like them or love them. But there may be people who are very far from you, but they are digitally connected. So if you remain digitally connected, I think it will be much more, you can say, for all of us, for me as well. And I thank you to the technology Because of which I am connected to the first batch of my students whom I taught in 89 or 90s. So, so since the distance, it does not matter now.
One more question, that why you chose English subject? Because English is generally the subject which is very difficult to score very high marks in it. So why do you choose English?
Kumkum, there is a very lovely story behind it. In fact, after doing my graduation, I wanted to uh, study psychology at the postgraduate level. I was crazy about psychology, and I had taken the final decision. But when I went to submit my form and deposit my fee, the counter was closed. Okay, and then there were Deepavali holidays. So for 3 or 4 days. In these 3 or 4 days, you can say again a change came over me. My father suggested me, why don't you do your PhD in English? Because I am the first one in my village who did postgraduate in English. So when my father advised me, I refilled my form and deposited my fee and did my MA in English. If my fee had been deposited earlier, I might have been a psychologist somewhere. So it's a really get a strain. I do feel sometimes, but I feel very lucky because it allowed me opportunities to interact with so many students in the schools. As a psychologist, I might not have this opportunity to meet with the students, and I consider myself very very lucky when I am surrounded with my students.
So what message at the end you wanted to give to all these students?
Kumkum, my message is all clear for all the students. No pains, no gains. Everybody has to work hard, but we see sometimes when after hard work we don't get the desired result. So we need not be hopeless. We have to, do the introspection, analyze our strategy, and then start our efforts, reinvigorated. I hope we can say I'm convinced that the success will be yours. This is my message to all my beloved students across many deities and many deities all over India.
So at the end of this interview, I wanted to dedicate some lines to sir on the behalf of केंद्रीय विद्यालय students कि दिया ज्ञान का भंडार हमें, किया भविष्य के लिए तैयार हमें, जो किया आपने उस उपकार के लिए नहीं शब्द मेरे पास आभार के लिए. Thank you so much sir for being such a great.
Thank you very much. Kumkum. This is my essay.